everyone, welcome to New Bear. We've got a short midweek video this week. I have had so many questions about my picot gauges. Where can you get them, what they're made from, that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own set of gauges. I have two sets, my set from Clover and the set I made myself. I use both of them because they have a variety of sizes, but also because my Clover set has this tiny gauge, which I'll talk more about a bit later. If you're wanting to make your own set, you'll need some plastic floss cards, ruler with a fine liner pen, and a sharp pair of scissors. Floss cards are available from most craft stores. They're probably easier to find in larger stores, and of course you can get them online. They're not expensive. They're usually about $5 for a pack of 50. They come in both plastic and cardboard. Just be mindful of which one you pick up. They can both look like the same material when they're still in packaging and of course when they're new. You can use cardboard, but it's not exactly strong. I reckon it would last 5 minutes as a picot gauge. So these cards are normally used to store embroidery threads. This is how I store threads that I'm using in current cross stitch projects. I also use them to keep leftover thread if I need to empty a shuttle. Then I discovered they make pretty good picot gauges. So the keeper is designed so that you place the start of your thread in the slit, wind it on, and when you're done, the other slit holds the end of the thread in place, stops it unraveling. When you're using the keeper as a gauge, your tatting thread can catch in the slits if you don't cut them off. So make the post of your gauge come down through the centre of the keeper. If you're wanting a wider gauge, cut the bottom off and have a shorter post. I prefer longer posts. I think it makes them easier to use, and I don't use wide gauges very often, but that's an option of what you can do there. To mark your keeper, I like to square off the top. I like to square and measure everything, so my gauge will be in the centre of the keeper. You don't have to do it this way, but I use a gauge for picots, so it shouldn't surprise you that I measure to make the gauge itself. I don't think you can just slap it anywhere on the plastic and think she'll be right. Maybe you could. I prefer to have it squared. So whatever width you need your picot gauge to be is the width you measure through here. And we cut that out with our scissors. I like to label my gauges. I find a marker eventually wears off, so I use a label maker. Just stick it on. This makes it easy for me to identify the gauge, especially if I need specific size. And as you just saw, they store neatly on a hinged ring when you can get them on. There's one gauge that I use every single time I tat, and it's the one I showed you earlier, my Clover gauge with the metal post. So my joining picots are really tiny, and as you can see, the gauge is 1 mil. A 1 mil gauge in plastic actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it would, but the post did eventually break away. So that's it. It's that easy to make your own set of gauges. I hope that helps. See you next time.